Okay, so here's Canva. You will have to go to the website and one of you in your group will have to create a login. Please use your school email and your GC SD password. It'll just be easier to remember in the future in case you don't get finished with this today. So, first thing you're going to do is go up here to Custom Dimensions. First of all, you can store things on here, so whatever you don't get finished, you can open it up later and work on it again. This is my personal one, where I do a lot of my photography, CD cases, like the covers and stuff like that. Again, you're going to do 18 by 24. When you change it to inches, it goes back to what it was. I don't know why. So change it to inches, 18 by 24. Hit done, and then it will open up for you. And then here you can change your background, color, pattern. You can see that these are a lot more cutesy, I guess, more dynamic. Be careful though, because there are some that cost money. So make sure you choose one that says free and not one that says like $1 USD or whatever. You can upload photos. So for this particular thing, you can't just copy and paste the pictures in there. You'll have to save them to your U drive first and then upload them to your Canva. So I'm just going to show you some things that you can do with this. You can edit your photos once they're in there. You can change the filter. And you can do these to any of them, but let me recommend that if you're using an actual piece of artwork that goes with your movement, do not put filters on it or anything like that. We want it to be the original. Anyway, you can just play with some of those adjustments and see what you can do. Now, if you want to use one as a background or something like that, you can edit that one like all you want to. And that's how you change the transparency. So if you don't want it to be like right there in your face and just more kind of subtle, you can make it less obvious. There's lots of little things that you can add on top, like little graphics, so different icons. By the way, this is not going to make sense at all. I'm just going to show you different random things that you can do. Charts even. I don't know why you would need to add a chart on this project, but it is available if you find a way to use it. Maybe it's one of your fun facts. And that's how you go in and change the data for it. And you can change the color to anything that you add in there. Illustrations are just little graphics, little pictures you can put in. You can see that most of these right here are free. You've even got little lines, like if you wanted to divide sections up, you're more than welcome to divide sections, maybe between your artist and your artwork or your facts or something like that. There's different shapes that you can use to be dynamic. Maybe you want something to really stand out, you can put that around it. Grids are just different layouts that you can choose and put pictures into. That's where you would go back to your uploads and kind of just drag and drop your photos in there. I'll show you the same thing with frames. I don't know the difference between grids and frames, but apparently there is a difference. Just like on Publisher, you can arrange things like from going forward and backward. And you can see with the grid, you can see what I have in the background between the spaces there. And if you look up at the top left, there is a place where you can change the spacing. If you ever need to delete something, there's a little trash can logo or icon that you can click on and delete anything. Now this is, when you're using a layout, it kind of just, that's the layout. So make sure that you have if you don't want to change anything that you've already done, don't choose a layout, do the grid. You can change the background colors, like I just showed you with the orange there. You can change the spacing. And when it comes to photos, you just drag them, like click and drag and drop in the little boxes. You can add text on top of it. They've got like really cute little logo type things, so that would be good for maybe your title. You definitely wouldn't want to use one of these for all of the text. And for your basic text, back up at the top, there's where you can just do paragraphs and sentences and stuff like that. It's just normal text. So back to elements, and we're going to try out some frames. Frames can be kind of cool because there's a lot of different shapes and stuff. Like you can see the ones with triangles and all that. Usually with the frames though, you can only do one picture at a time, but you can still adjust a lot that goes on in it, like the transparency and all of that. And just like with anything else, you'll just drag and drop it in there, and you can see it kind of makes a really cool broken up shape. It can be dynamic if you use it correctly. It's really easy with this to get too busy, meaning, you know, your mind is going to get bogged down, your eyes are going to get bogged down. Again, just like with Publisher, don't try to add too much or too crazy amount of things because everything will just kind of get lost. You still want it to be easily read and understood. So using those design elements, like the principles and elements, those are very important. When you get finished, you go up there and click download. It does this thing. And this is important. You want to save the file. Click OK. Over here, the blue arrow. Click on that. Open it up. And there's your picture. And at this point, you will right click, copy. And this is my personal computer at home. You'll go find your U drive with your name on it. I don't have that. But you'll go find where you want to save it, right click, paste it, And then there it is at the bottom. I saved it as art. I would save it as something more recognizable, like, whatever movement you have, poster. And at that point, you're finished. So, just play around with it, have fun, make sure it's creative, and I look forward to seeing these.